When do we begin to say no? When do you decide that you've had enough? When do we decide that we do not give people room to bring us down or put us in a fix or put us in that situation of where we think less of ourselves? By the way, my name is Chibike, and I'm going to be talking about the right time to say no and the time to say yes to ourselves, saying no to every other thing, but no, yes to ourselves. Okay, so what are those things that we need to say no to? The first most important person in this whole mix is you and I. The first person, the most important person here is you. What makes you happy, your mental health, what your progress, goals, achievements are. We begin to say no to distractions. Distraction means a lot of things to different people. For example, distraction to me, first of all, was shutting my TV off. I had enough of it. All I had been doing was just to sit in front of the TV to watch TVs and watch movies and follow other people's stories. I wasn't making much impact in my life. I wasn't making much progress, no success stories. All I did was get back from work and I'm sitting in front of my TV to watch movies. But I decided I had enough and I decided to say no to my TV. So I put it off. I switched my TV off and I've done that. And I've done that for 2 months. 2 months nonstop. And what did I do? I decided that I had to do something else about my life. I had to take my life into my hands and I have to add value to myself. So what I decided to do was to put the TV off. And then I decided on this channel. I was when I thought about creating this channel. And 2 months, less than 2 months running, and I've made tremendous success growth, made tremendous growth. And I'm still learning, I'm growing. The distraction has been cut off. Yeah, will I go back to it? Maybe at my own time, but right now I'm focusing more on what I can do to make my life better. So, what other thing do we say no to? There are people in our lives who do not add value to us, who make us feel less of ourselves, who do not love us as much as we do, who do not believe in what we do, who do not believe in us, who are not there to encourage and cheer us on enough. And this is the time. This is that time when you say no to such people. This is that time when you decide this is a time to channel my inner positive energy and channel it into the right parts of my life. This is that time when you say no to everyone or everything around you that had no value. This is the time to say no to them. And this is the time to say yes to you and say yes to your success, yes to your progress. The other areas that we need to consider or we look into to say no to. This is the time to also say no to that career that isn't taking you anywhere, that isn't giving you fulfillment. This is the time to say no to that career that isn't um, giving you that success, achievements, and goals that you desire. So, what career are you into? What job are you doing? This is that time where you decide that I have to either change my job, get something more fulfilling, more exciting. Sometimes we get so, there are times when some careers or some jobs no longer give us those fulfillments, no longer give us the sense of worth, value. This is that time you decide that you had enough of it and you need to do something more meaningful with our lives and decide when we had more value to this life that we have. So this is time to say yes to you, yes to your success, yes to your progress, yes to your mental health, yes to your progress, yes to everything positive in our lives, and no to anything that brings us down. No, everything that hinders us from making progress or adding value or being fulfilled. The most important thing is fulfillment and peace and health. And then you have money in your account and you have when you can afford to provide for yourself. And um, I think one other area to consider as well is the uh, the pressure we put on ourselves. I think it is that time where we say no to pressure, either by self-inflicted pressure, no. Relatives inflicted pressures, no. Friends inflicted pressures, no. Society inflicted pressures, no. Absolutely no. Pressure from wherever. I think this is that time where we decide no pressure. We move and excel at our own pace. We do that which we can. A lot of us, I am the first in my family, and no pressure, but you feel pressured most times because you feel like you have to um, do certain things or you have to take up some responsibilities or some roles. Move at your pace, baby girl. Move at your pace, girl. Do things that will not debar or hinder you from living a fulfilled life. We do not have to take up the world. We're not superhuman to save the world or take up people's responsibilities. A lot of us, especially in Africa, we tend to put a lot of pressure on ourselves and we have to achieve a lot. We have to do this. We have to take up roles. We become the mini parents. We take up the role of the savior of the family. We take up the breadwinners of the family. Yeah, these are responsibilities that makes the society what it is right now with us. That's what makes the society keep going on. But at the same time, you have to consider you, what keeps you going. There was some article I read. There was some article I read, and it talked about taking taking up the responsibility to save the world, or taking up the responsibility to save the world at the detriment of your own self worth, health, and growth. You try to save the world and lose your own soul. You try to save the world and lose your own health. You try to save the world and lose your self-esteem. Please consider. Please put yourself first. Put yourself first. And one of the aspects, I think one of the area that we need to also consider would be saying no to reckless living. Take your health, take your health responsible. Take responsibility to your health. Make sure you live healthy. Make sure you live a fulfilling life. Focus more on your careers. Focus on your success. Be happy always. That's very important. Practice the goodness of God and see you next time.